Welcome to the Sunnyside of IRC, where we spotlight the innovative and creative programs happening all over Indian River County that are supporting our community. I'm Cindy Emerson, your Community Services Director here for Indian River County. Today we're going to highlight an exceptional initiative with Gifford Youth Orchestra dedicated to providing musical education to at-risk children in pockets of poverty. From violin to vocals, this program not only teaches musical skills, but also fosters opportunities for personal growth and community engagement. Joining us to delve deeper into this remarkable program is Casey Lunceford, the Executive Director of Gifford Youth Orchestra. Casey, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about the core mission of the Gifford Youth Orchestra and the impact that it's had on the community?
So thank you for allowing us to be here. The Gifford Youth Orchestra, founded in 2003, was really an initial reaction to the fact that the children of Gifford were really at the back of the orchestra at the time, and that was noted by our founder, Dr. Christopher Joel, and a friend of hers. And her friend looked at her and said, "So what are you going to do about it?" And so Dr. Bajol made it her passion and mission, being a musician herself, to help find instruments and quality instruments and private lessons for those students to help them essentially catch up. And that was the beginning of our program. It has evolved over the years to now encapsulate vocal students and piano students due to the pandemic. During that time, virtual lessons were the option that we had, the only option we had. So we had roughly 37 students before the pandemic. I'm pleased to say that as of last week, we have 102 students participating this fall. And so we've seen a need and a growth. And we'll talk a little bit about the things that music does do for those students.
So I know the orchestra offers a variety of programs now. Can you elaborate on these and how they influence the students that are involved?
Well, I would tell you, first of all, our core mission is always the community of Gifford. That's where we're founded. But we've also started to expand throughout the county. We have students in the South County region down on Oslo Road. We have students up in Sebastian. And one of the new initiatives and new programs is our outreach to Fellsmere. We are offering piano classes in Fellsmere Elementary School after-school program. We'll include string and vocal classes there as we come into January. We are at Dodgertown Elementary School, one of our core groups after school, teaching those programs. And with Dodgertown, we actually teach ukulele classes.
Oh, wow.
And so we're teaching all the different types of arts. And the reason for that is because we know that through national studies and through local observation, students involved in the arts are not only stronger students, they're more disciplined, but really we teach poise and etiquette and self-confidence as much as we do musical ability.
That's fantastic. What role has the community played with Gifford Youth Orchestra?
Well, first of all, we're a word-of-mouth group. For many, many years, it was a small mom-and-pop shop, as we kind of joking around call it. It was hand over fist, and the community supported that. When there was a need, Dr. Bajol would reach out, and somebody in the community would reach up and support the group. And as we evolved to growing, the numbers we're growing to, the community has supported us through our different fundraising activities. We have an advisory board of local community members that are involved in having a touch with the community. They're liaisons to people on the ground.
Yeah.
They help us recruit. So we're very involved with the community, and the community is very involved with us.
So this is one of the programs that gets partial funding from the Indian River County Board of County Commissioners. Can you share what the anticipated outcomes you believe will occur?
Sure. So in the past, our outcomes have been focused on our students and their performance ability, getting them on stage, as we like to say, off the street, onto the stage. And that keeps the kids active and engaged. We're now expanding that role to also delve into some of the other issues that students are dealing with, again, post-pandemic.
Yeah.
Attendance, getting to school, as well as getting to their lessons. That's one of our focuses. And then also continuing to develop their social and emotional behavior. Being involved in a group, being involved in activities such as the Gifford Youth Orchestra, strengthen those core elements of things that they need support in. So we're doing emotional behavior, but we're using attendance as the guide this year. We're educating our parents on the importance of being on time, getting back in a routine. So many students, just are kind of lost.
Yeah. Yeah, I know building parent capacity is such a big part of the initiatives that we're doing here. So you mentioned Dr. Bajol a few times. Can you tell us a little bit more about Dr. Bajol?
So Dr. Bajol came to Indian River County in 2003 from California. She's a very, very fine concert pianist. A lot of people don't know that. She really comes from a family of musicians. But she came to Vero Beach to retire. sit on the beach, and write a book. And she has not done any of that. She's been involved in the community as an activist and a real champion for children and for children's rights and students. And it's her vision that we follow. And we want to help the children in poverty, children who have a need, to reach their highest potential. And through that, music is our hook.
Yeah.
That's, some people use sports, some people use other things. Music education is the hook to get kids involved. And again, one of the things we try to do, junior Toastmasters inside our program, we teach the kids how to speak. They enunciate themselves at a concert. They show their confidence. They have to recognize their accompaniment. They have to do a bow. These are all subtle things that we teach for, again, that self-esteem and self-confidence besides the musical performance.
I love that. I'm sure you have a million success stories that you could share, but can you spotlight just one today, highlight someone who's had significant improvement?
Well, I would just say a senior from just last year, Tatiana Wallace. Tatiana was in our program for 11 years. She stayed with us through the pandemic. She stayed with us after the pandemic. When she graduated from Vero Beach High School last year, she not only was a scholarship winner for us, but she was the top Take Stock in Children winner. She received over $100,000 in scholarships to continue her education.
So impressive.
She stayed in Vero Beach. She's going to Indian River State College and getting her bachelor's degree. And so we've now flipped that. She now teaches for us.
I love that.
So we've gone from a student to a tutor to a mentor to a teacher. And she has a great personality, really, really good with teaching. I could see her being a teacher down the road.
Oh, I love that. As an educator at heart, and I know you understand that, it's great to see us feeding back into the children who've gone through school here. And so one last call of action. If someone's watching this today at home and wants to help, what's the best route for them to get involved?
Well, we have different levels. You could also be a donor, of course. We're always looking for funding and operational funding, and we're in a capital campaign to build our own facility in Gifford, a standalone facility, but they could also volunteer as well. We have many needs for that, mentoring children, helping us in our different activities. They can reach us at www.gyotigers.org. And that's our call sign because it's an homage to the Gifford High School Tigers of the yesteryear. So gyotigers.org.
Perfect. And I just want to thank everyone for watching the Sunnyside of IRC today. I hope you learned a little bit more about programs that we're funding through the Board of County Commissioners. And if you want to get involved, don't forget to check out Gifford Youth Orchestra's website. They're also on Facebook, and they would love to have more volunteers and, of course, donors. Have a great day.
Welcome to Indian River County, where the ordinary is extraordinary. This is discovery. This is adventure. This is tranquility. This is culture. This is cuisine. This is relaxation. This is Indian River County. Plan your visit today.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cindy Emerson, your Indian River County Community Services Director. Affordable housing is a cornerstone of community well-being. And today, we're focused on how the State Housing Initiative Program, or SHIP, is making housing accessible and affordable in Indian River County. We're here with Siphi, Chinyanganya, SHIP Administrator, and Briana, Lambert, Housing Specialist, who are at the forefront of this vital program. Siphi, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you start by telling us about the goals of the SHIP program and the importance in our community?
Okay, thank you, Cindy, for having me on the program. Unfortunately, I lost my voice, sort of, so
I'll push this in a little closer.
Okay. So the SHIP program is funded through the state. They give us funding every year, and we run a 3-year funding stream. This is to help with affordable housing in the community. So most of our projects are for homeowner rehabilitation. That's what we really focus on. We help homeowners with repairs to their houses. So if you have roof leaks, you need to age in place for the senior citizens. Instead of moving out of your house, we can make it compliant with ADA, roll-in showers and grab bars. This funding is to be spent like over a 3-year period. So we are excited that we have this funding in the community to help us to be able to bring our community up to standard.
What are some of the key challenges that you face in administering the SHIP program, and how do you overcome them?
Okay, so the major problem, not really problem, but there are regulations tied to the funding. Mm-hmm. So we can't just spend it as we see fit. We are restricted with guidelines from the state and federal guidelines that we can't go over. So the only way we can kind of put that together with help from nonprofits, like we work hand in hand with Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
So they help us with the, covering the gaps, as it were. So they offer mortgages to low-income families, and we come in with first-time home buyer assistance to assist with the deposits for the homeowners that are buying homes for the first time.
I mean, it must be really rewarding when you're helping people who are first-time homeowners. Can you give us an example of how the program has improved the living conditions of a local family or contributed to community improvement?
Okay, for sure. So with community improvement, we do have a strategy that allows us to demolish structures that are no longer lived in, so that revives the community. And then families that have benefited, we had a case where a victim of domestic violence came through our rental program and then eventually went through Habitat to purchase a home for herself and the children. So removing her and making her independent and be able to, live in her own house. So that has been through SHIP, and it has been really beneficial to our community.
I bet the handing over of keys at that moment was a real emotional event.
It really was, because the lady had come, a long way from where she was to what she is. She couldn't believe that she was able to now own her own house with her own kids and stuff.
Well, I just thank you so much. And we'll be right back after a short break with Briana Lambert.
Welcome to Indian River County, where the ordinary is extraordinary. This is discovery. This is adventure. This is tranquility. This is culture. This is cuisine. This is relaxation. This is Indian River County. Plan your visit today.
Briana, welcome to the show. As a housing specialist, what does your day-to-day involvement with SHIP look like?
So I'll kind of go over my outline of responsibilities. So what I actually do, I will review our applicants' files to make sure they're income qualified and asset verification as well. I also, with state funding, we also have state auditors. So we have to make sure that we are in compliance. So I will also review before the closeout of our applicants and everything to make sure everything is in compliance. Also, we have to make sure we don't overspend.
Yeah.
So I will actually go through and do all kinds of reports and everything beforehand to make sure we're in compliance as well with that too.
What advice would you give to someone that may be looking to apply for SHIP funding?
So what advice I would give is have documents on hand when we get to your application. Mm-hmm. When you're going through your application, we will actually, our new program now is on Neighborly, so it has a step-by-step of all the documents that we would need. The faster you give us those documents, the faster we could get your application processed. Definitely if you're in an emergency situation where you have your roof caving in and things like that, we want to help you as fast as possible. So, and that will go by faster if we get those documents as soon as you apply. That would be very great. And then also too, if you're an emergency, we now don't have to go through our loan review committee, so we can get those. We don't have to get that approval now. Actually, Siphi, our administrator, will be able to approve that for us, and we'll be able to go move a little faster.
So bringing up emergency situations with the tornadoes that just came through, what kind of support can SHIP give if someone has damage or maybe needs a repair, and what qualifies?
Yes. So we can actually go through our disaster strategy or an emergency strategy, depending on what is going on. So it has to be health and safety issues. So if you had a tornado go through and the roof, your roof is damaged and things like that, or the septic system is backing up because of all the water and everything that we got in, that is some things that would qualify for our program to be able to help with.
So if they want to apply, what's the first step? What do they do?
So if they want to apply, they just need to visit our Indian River County's website, which is indianriver.gov. They will go under services, go under community services, and then they will actually have the SHIP link there. And there will be a link to our website underneath new applicants, start here.
So I know this is such a lifeline for our community. Do you have any stories, a story maybe that you can share with us of success?
Yes, so actually one of the stories was with the domestic violence that I was thinking of, and also just how, where the program's working. Like, we help from going from rental assistance to somebody owning their own home. So that right there and all together is a success story overall.
Briana, thank you so much for being here. We hope those of you watching at home now have a little more information about our SHIP program. And if you need assistance, please go to indianriver.gov to services and go under SHIP and look at all the qualifications to apply. I know they have it all listed there, everything that you would need in order to fill out the application for approval. For those of you at home, thank you so much for watching another episode of the Sunnyside of IRC. Together, we continue to support programs that build a stronger, more inclusive community. Don't miss our next episode, and we hope to see you back here soon. Thank you.
Thank you.